Hi, welcome to idealprogrammer.com. My name is Wade Harvey. I'm a philosopher and also a programmer. My goal is to make the next few minutes the most valuable minutes of your life. At this website you'll find 300 hours of free .NET video tutorials that you can watch on a DVD player, TV, or computer. Today we're talking about modern software development in VB, in particular defensive programming. But before we get started, I want to talk a minute about the philosophy of the website in general. In philosophy, what you find is a lot of talk of ideals. Now, an ideal is just a mental picture of how something ought to be. For every actual object, we have a mental picture in our brains of what that object ought to be. And if there is a discrepancy between the ideal and the actual, it creates a tension within us that is similar to the tension between the north and south pole of a magnet. We can reduce this tension by taking action to transform the actual object into the ideal. Usually a simple action is not enough. We need to take a massive amount of action. Anybody can take a simple action to transform, but very few people go to the effort to take massive action to transform the actual object into the ideal. This concept of tension arising between the actual and the ideal also applies to our individual life and our self, between our actual self and our ideal self. It is the strongest force of tension in our lives. By strongest, I'm not referring to intensity, I'm talking about enduring a force of tension. A fit of anger may cause a more intense source of tension and override this more enduring of trying to be our ideal self. But later on we find, oh, we were sorry, we just didn't mean to get angry. And so that shows that the trying to be our ideal self is more enduring than these short-term, temporary, highly intense forms of tension that arise from basic needs not being met. In this website, the general idea is to provide ideal models for us to learn to program from, and to provide specific courses of action for us to help us transform ourselves from who we currently are to being more like the ideal that we seek to be. Clicking on the Modern Software VB link on the front page, and this brings us to 15 free videos by Joe Hummel. And today we're looking at defensive programming. And in this video, it's about an hour and 30 minutes, we'll learn about exception handling, application and class design with exceptions. We'll learn about assertions and debugging. Please come to idealprogrammer.com to view this video and many more. Thank you for free.